Mr. Harold, Paul Cundiff here. I thank you very much for the payment we received today. And I promised you a video. It took me all day to get everything out of the way to come out here and do a video. But anyway, we are on our first sanding of the hull, and we sand it with 40 grit to start with. And then we come back and sand it with 80 grit. And then we hand sand it with 80 grit. And then we stain on the 80 grit. That's how the factory did it. They stained on 80 grit. So the 40 grit was used to make everything fair. If you run your hands over these plank seams, all the seams are even with one another. There's no, you can't feel any plank being proud of the other plank next to it. So got that done. So we ended up with a few bungs bouncing out. Looks like we've got a bung here we're going to have to replace. This plank is probably been replaced in the past, and it's darker. So what we'll do is we'll bleach this one. We'll make sure that this is all protected down here, and then we'll bleach this plank in order to bring it closer to this color. And that when we do the stain, then that'll help make the stains make the planks be very similar to one another once stained. Of course, this gets stained with walnut. These two planks do get stained with walnut. We'll stain the whole thing red, and then we stain walnut over these two planks. Otherwise, when the light reflects in the walnut stained area, it shows up with a green tint. So by putting the red down first, that eliminates that problem. And so we have a few screws that we have to countersink a little deeper. That was one of them. And then of course rebung that. This bung popped out, but it wasn't real bad. We didn't have a lot of problem with that. So anyway, just wanted to show you where we are in the process. Thank you.